Hello, this is Palmer. Welcome to my review of Ark Survival Evolved. It's not a real review. This game is in early access. It's not finished yet. It's in really a sort of beta state. For some reason, Steam calls this early access. So it's a review of the game so far, but it's available. You can buy it now. You have to pay for it. So perhaps it makes sense to ask, is it worth buying? Is it worth the money? And my answer, I'll give you a spoiler, the ending is going to be yes, it is. I like this game. I think this is really, really good. What you're seeing here is I'm doing a bit of crafting. I'm making some narcotics. These are going to come in handy in the future. No, I won't put it in that one. I'll put it in this one over here. I can make various things with these narcotics. Where do I store my narcotics? They put people to sleep, and that's ever so useful. Right, there we go. Where are we? We are in a base. One of the things that you do in Ark Survival Evolved is you build bases, because this is a game about dinosaurs, and you need to protect yourself from the dinosaurs. You also need to protect yourselves from the elements, from the wind and the rain and the bad weather. Easy for me to say. So this is our base. I've built this with some friends. You can build it however you like. You can build a sort of tiny little hut. You can build a massive castle. You can build a fort. You can have a big encampment, a big fence with lots of little buildings in the middle. You can build it out of thatch. That's the when you start off, you make your buildings out of thatch. Later on, you can make them out of wood. You can make them out of stone, and eventually you can make them out of metal. But my friends and I are too low level, we're too unadvanced to make a building out of metal. Why would you want to make a building out of metal? Well, for two reasons. One, dinosaurs will sometimes attack it, and you want to be able to protect your building from dinosaurs. They find some buildings easier to smash through than others. They'll attack it sometimes if there are people inside, like me, and they will also just stomp on it sometimes if you get a sort of brontosaurus. Let's go find... Oh, there's something outside. I'm sure I can hear something. Oh, there we go. It's just that thing there. If you get something like a brontosaurus, they can just attack it almost by accident. They just stomp on it. They're not really attacking it. They just walk past it. The other thing is that players can attack your building. So you might want to have a very tough building made out of metal to prevent players breaking into it and killing you and stealing all your stuff. It's quite a ruthless game, Ark. It's you can lose everything that you own. Your building can be blown up and can be smashed down. People can tame a Triceratops or a T-Rex, and they can use it to smash your building down. They can find you when you're asleep. Look, here are my friends. Let's go and see my friends. They are currently asleep. I can steal from them. I can steal all their stuff. I won't do that because they're my friends. But if they weren't my friends, if they were people that I just sort of found somewhere, if I broke into their house, I could steal their stuff. And if other people broke into our house, they could steal everything that we own. They could rob our bodies. They could rob us while we slept. They could kill us and murder us. They could chop up our corpses. They could eat us. And they could break into our cupboards, all the places where we store things. So that's why you want to protect your building as best you can. At the moment, we've got very little protection. We have one dinosaur, but this dinosaur is pretty useless in combat. It's for riding. We could have a lot of dinosaurs here and use the dinosaurs to protect our building. One of the cool things about this game is the fact that you can tame dinosaurs. This is my Triceratops. I call it Pokey. No, stop following. I don't want you to follow anything. Just stop following. He's trying to follow my friend. That's the problem. Okay, there we go. So taming a dinosaur is pretty hard, actually. You can first of all you have to make a saddle in order to ride it. So you can tame a dinosaur and not ride it. You can just order it to attack things or order it to do things. But it's best when you have a saddle, and then you need to actually tame it, which involves knocking it out. And that's why I was making narcotics. And narcotics are helpful when it comes to knocking out dinosaurs. And oops, I'm getting hungry. . and you need to knock it out, and then you need to feed it while it's unconscious. I know that seems a bit odd. Anyway, that's how you tame dinosaurs in Ark, and that's one of the cool things about the game. You can tame this trike, you can tame mammoths, we'll go and see some mammoths later on, you can tame T-Rexes, you can tame all sorts of things. You can tame dinosaurs that live in the water, like sort of prehistoric sharks, and you can ride them, and they travel underwater, and they take you to underwater caves, and in the caves there's all sorts of rare crystals and other rare materials which are really useful. I'm going to take my Triceratops home. Can he open the gate? No, he can't. I need to get off and open the gate for him. Ark is a survival game. It's the first survival game that I've ever played. It means it's quite brutal. I mean, you can die quite easily. You can die to other dinosaurs. You can die to dinosaurs. Rather, you can die to other players. You can die because you run out of food and don't feed yourself. You can die because you run out of water. You can die because you go in a cold place and you don't have any clothes on. You start off with literally nothing. Here's my character. This is what I look at the moment. You start off with nothing at all. You have to make yourself. See, I'm too hot. I need to find something to cool down. Well, I'll just get some water. I'll go in the river. That will help. You can start off with nothing at all. So you need to make yourself a pickaxe. You need to make yourself a hatchet. You can get wood from the trees. When you first start off, you just punch the trees, because you actually have no hatchet, you have no pickaxe. So all you can do is punch the trees. You can pick things up off the ground. That's a campfire that somebody's made. I'm just wondering who made that. Oh, my guild made that. You can pick things up off the ground. You can pick berries and stuff. And you can pick fibre from bushes. That all comes in useful. So you start off with nothing at all. And you have to make yourself your items. You have to make yourself a base. But you can lose it all. If you die, then you lose all your items, you respawn. You can go back to your corpse and try to find your items, try to get them, but it's not always easy to get back to your corpse, and other players can loot your corpse. Dinosaurs, some of them at least, can eat your corpse, and that leaves a little bag on the ground, which is quite hard to see. And if you don't find it quickly enough, then it decays, it vanishes. So it's easy to lose what you have. Of course, you can keep your items in your house. You can store items for a rainy day, for when things go wrong. But let's look at this dinosaur. And that's not entirely safe either, because, as I say, people can break into your house. Dinosaurs can smash up your house, some of them at least, just by stomping on it, sometimes by accident. So it's a tough game. It's brutal. That pterodactyl, I think, you see that little thing dropping down, graphical glitch. It's not looking very good, but it's stuck in the air. Anyway, I think that's a pterodactyl just to poop. Yes, oh my god, there's a T-Rex. An albino T-Rex. Right, I'm going to go onto the beach. I'm going to run away from that thing. That will kill me if it gets close to me. I think he's eating something over there. The dinosaurs do attack each other. You can see them fighting each other sometimes, and you can sort of join in when they're fighting each other. You can sneak up just as one of them is sort of half dead and kill it. This game is not a game about cavemen. It's got dinosaurs in it, but it's a science fiction game. So the characters, people like me, let me see if I can... No, too low level. The characters can make some fairly advanced items. I mean, I understand, I know that in the real world these dinosaurs did not all exist at the same time. Obviously, I know that a mammoth is not a dinosaur at all. But in this game, they're all thrown together. And of course, there are people here, and in real life, cavemen and dinosaurs were not around. I think cavemen were there at the same time as woolly mammoths, so perhaps I'm wrong. But they certainly weren't there at the same time as actual dinosaurs. Somebody tell me if cavemen were there at the same time as mammoths. I'm not going to go in. These are all tamed, by the way. This is somebody else's house. This is a high-level character's house. Someone who played the game a lot. They're sort of very good at what they do. They're quite smart. They're friendly. I've met them before. I know they're smart, otherwise I wouldn't be coming here. They have a lot of cool dinosaurs. Look at this massive mansion that they have. These spikes are here to prevent dinosaurs like Brontosauruses turning up and just accidentally stepping on their house. Oh, and even me there to prevent me doing that as well. So this is a high level, very advanced player, and I'm a bit scared of them, but they're very friendly. They own a T-Rex, and sometimes you see them riding around on their T-Rex. So this is the type of thing you can do if you play the game a lot, and if you know what you're doing. But it's only made of wood, his house. I'm a little bit surprised. I would have thought he would make a house made of metal, but no, he's obviously happy to have a wooden house. Who knows what he's got in there now. Let me talk about levelling up. There's my character again. There's my tribe. Levelling up. Yes, here we go. You have a number of stats down here on the right: health, stamina, oxygen, food, water. These are stats. Every time you level up, you can improve these stats, so you can get like 10 more health points or 10 more stamina points, and also you can learn engrams. Engrams are like recipes. So here are the very basic recipes. When you start off, you can learn a campfire, basic spear, a stone hatchet. These recipes, engrams, they have a level limit. So let's go down. Like this one, you have to be level 30 to learn. I'm not level 30, so I can't do it. And also they use up points. I have 18 points going spare, so I could learn this one. This is a saddle to ride a particular type of dinosaur. This takes 12 points. You cannot learn every single recipe. You can, the very basic ones, the low-level ones, but as you play the game, as you get more advanced, you'll find that you cannot learn every single recipe. So it really helps to play with other players, so that between you, you can do everything. On your own, you can't do everything. You have to choose what to learn. As I say, it's a science fiction game, so the character that you play is sort of fairly advanced. They start in this world with nothing, but they come from an advanced society. They're not cavemen, they're not savages. So later on, you can learn guns. You can learn, I think that's an explosive there of some kind. You can eventually learn some fairly advanced technology. You can learn a submachine gun. This is some sort of automatic gun, I think, which protects your property. If anything comes near and moves, it will shoot it automatically. Not sure what that is. That seems to be some sort of bazooka. But rest assured, it's a rocket launcher. I don't know. Rest assured, it's actually quite hard to not only to make those items, but also to make the ammunition. So if you do make them, you're not going to be using them all the time. You're not going to be running around with a rocket launcher just sort of blasting everything. That's not really possible. Now, this guy somewhere, I wonder if I can find it. He may be riding it at the moment. He has a tamed shark. It has a different name. Oh, look, there's what's that? Different T-Rex. No, that's not a T-Rex. That's called a Carno. That's a smaller dinosaur. That's still pretty nasty, though. It's not a T-Rex, but it's pretty nasty. I think. I'm not going mad, am I? That's not a Rex. What's it doing? It's attacking. Oh, I see. It's attacking that smaller one, which isn't fighting back. That smaller one may be trying to fight it. Perhaps the animation isn't working properly. Anyway, they do fight each other. I don't think I'm going to go over there and see what's going on. Is that a Rex? I can't really tell from here. There could be a T-Rex, actually. I'm not going to go over there and find out. So the dinosaurs do fight each other. And you can tame dinosaurs, as I was saying earlier, which go in the ocean. You can put a saddle on them, so you ride them into the ocean. You can collect items from the ocean floor, and you can go into underwater caves. Now, I have to just tell you about this because I can't do it. I'm not high level enough. I'm not smart enough. I haven't yet tamed one of these dinosaurs, these dinosaur sharks. So I think I've kind of given you the basics, haven't I? I've shown you the a house. House is really good. Building the house, that's fantastic. I've shown you dinosaurs that you can tame. I've ridden the dinosaur. I've told you a bit about crafting. Told you a bit about leveling. I think that's probably the basic stuff on there. That's a T-Rex. Look at that. That's nasty. I think I've told you the basic stuff. I think I've warned you that it can be a brutal game. You can play on a non-PvP server. He's a high-level. Is this a Brontosaurus or something? There's a huge variety of dinosaurs, and even within the dinosaurs, you can get ones that look different. So you can get T-Rexes that are white, you can get them in a sort of traditional grey colour, you can get them in a sort of reddish colour or browny or sort of mottled colour. Shouldn't get too close to that because it will stomp on me without even meaning to. Yeah, it's a brutal game. You can play on a non-PvP server, but I think that's kind of cheating. I think this game is meant to be played on a PvP server. So when you meet another player, it's kind of frightening. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know if they're friendly. You don't know if they're on your side or how they're going to approach you. The guy who lives in the big house down there, this is quite easy because I do... Oh, this one doesn't like me killing his friend. I do have fairly good weaponry and a good bit of armour on at the moment, so I'm not scared of these Triceratops anymore. But rest assured, there are lots of dinosaurs which are going to be a real challenge. I mean, there are loads of dinosaurs here that I run away from if I see them. And yeah, so the guy who lived in that big house that I showed you, he has a tame T-Rex and he rides it around. He has a saddle that he made. I've got no idea what's involved in making that saddle. It's pretty tough, I think. But he rides it around, and luckily for me, he's quite friendly. He doesn't... this guy's going to run away. Look, there's a pterodactyl. You can make a saddle for a pterodactyl and you can fly around on the pterodactyl. This guy's a right nightmare. Oh, he's not. Oh, yes, there he goes. He runs right now. He's horrible to fight. I'm only. Oh, look, you got caught in the rocks. Well, if you're lucky, you'll get caught in the rocks and it's nice and easy. If you get unlucky, he runs in the river, and that's really annoying. Anyway, this is the guy's going to give me hide. I'm collecting hide because I tamed a giant scorpion, and I made a saddle for the giant scorpion, and it was loads of fun. But the giant scorpion has gone missing. I don't know where he is, so I'm collecting hide to make a new saddle so I can tame a new one because I enjoy riding giant scorpions. Yeah, T-Rex guy. PvP is part of the game. It's if you meet another person, you never know how friendly they are. You don't know if they're nice people or what they're going to do. You can play on a non-PvP server. I don't think you should. I think you should play on a PvP server. That's how the game is meant to be played. And it's hard, it's brutal. You can lose all your stuff. There you go. That's Ark Survival Evolved. There's loads of stuff I haven't shown you. The only final thing I want to mention is this is very much, oh, that's a bit buggy, a bit glitchy. This is in early access, as I say, so, you know, still working things out. And the other thing I wanted to mention was that, yes, it's a sandbox game. So there's loads you can do. You can, you know, choose to focus on building up an amazing, massive base. You can choose to go around sneaking around, breaking into other people's bases. You can smash in the doors with pickaxes. You can build explosives and rob them. You can get a dinosaur, tame a big dinosaur and stomp on their base using your big dinosaur. You can play it that way if you want to. And you can just concentrate on sort of building new tools. You can build a menagerie. I'm scared to go back to my house now. You can tame a load of different types of dinosaurs. Or you can just sort of, you know, live in a little hut and be happy with a sort of modest life, if that's what you want to do. You may be eating that. Once they kill things, they eat them. Sometimes for those big dinosaurs, if you do manage to kill them, and then you look at what they've got inside them, there's quite a lot of stuff because they've killed other players and they've eaten the other player and they've got all the players' gear inside. So yeah, you can do it that way. And just as a reminder of what a sort of brutal game this is, as I think I said before, when you log out, you don't log, well, you do log out, but you don't vanish. You just become unconscious. And so you better have a safe place to log out, otherwise a dinosaur or another player might kill you, and the dinosaur or, in fact, another player might decide to eat you. So log out in a safe place. This is my review of Ark Survival Evolved. It's a review of an early access version of the game, so bear in mind there's loads more features that aren't in there. There's changes they're going to make. This isn't a finished game, and in fact they are putting in patches every day. Pretty much every day they patch the game, they improve performance, they add new dinosaurs, new features, so that's pretty cool. So thank you very much indeed for listening to my review. This is Palmer. I have a website at www.frogfear, that's frogfear.com, frogfear.com, and my verdict on this game is good. I reckon you should give it a go, play the game, have a bit of fun with it, and I reckon it's only going to get better once they keep on adding more stuff, which is going to be fantastic. Thank you very much for listening.